I've always said to cure procrastination with a timetable, and I still stand by that. But when you're in the moment and you already know, yeah, like you've looked at your timetable, you know what you have to do, you're still sitting there in the moment being like, oh, I can't be bothered, I don't want to do this task, I just want to procrastinate. When you're in that moment, the timetable is not going to save you, but there's something else that will, and it's boredom. Because when you're in that situation, you don't want to do the task because you think it's hard, which it probably is, right? So just try to sit and do nothing. Don't grab your phone, don't load up the browser with YouTube or anything. Don't start scrolling, just sit there and do nothing. And this will be super, super boring. Just look into your room, look into the wall, whatever it may be. Just sit there and just stare and think and just be bored. And what this is going to do is it's going to trick your brain into wanting to do the work. Because think about it. Would you rather just sit there and look into nothing or actually do the work? Because you see, your brain would find it more exciting literally to do the hard work than it would to just sit there and stare into the wall. And that's how, by boredom, you can do the task that you don't want to, because by being so bored that literally anything like just doing anything feels pleasurable, you can easily do the work because your brain would rather do that than just sit there. The hard part about this though is to not grab your phone and load up the browser. You just really have to, of course you don't have your phone in your room when you're working, but don't go near it. Just try to discipline yourself to not grab any of these things and just sit there and be bored. And if you can do that, you can easily do all of the hard work because suddenly it feels easier than to just sit there. So that's how I cure procrastination. I've struggled with this a lot throughout my time. It's just so annoying to sit there knowing you have to do this work and you can't do it. And the funny thing is, your brain will be like, that's what mine always does, sitting there just staring into the void. It's just like, why are we doing this? Like, you could literally be doing the work. Why are we're sitting here staring? Because when you don't do anything, you actually give your brain time to think about what you're doing. Like, it's conscious. You're sitting there and it's like, why are we just sitting here staring into the room instead of actually doing the work? Whereas if you were to grab your phone immediately, your brain wouldn't think because you just occupy it with scrolling, right? So I realized that if I do nothing, my brain also thinks, and it's like, this is so dumb. Why are we literally sitting here instead of just doing the work when we have the computer right in front of us? Everything is set up. We just have to type down and write the script, man. Why am I keep procrastinating? And that's just it's just a so smart technique. It's so simple. And the reason why they don't want you to hear this procrastination cure is because you probably didn't click on this video expecting me to talk about something so boring, because this is very, very boring. You probably thought I was going to share some crazy tactic that you can do every time you want to procrastinate. This is a crazy tactic, but it's very boring. But this will work, trust me. Try this out next time you want to procrastinate from your work. Just stay bored, just think and stare into the void. Eventually you'll do the work. It works every single time for me. Let me know if it works down in the comments. If you want to see more videos from a smaller YouTuber just like me, just go down and click the subscribe button. It's a win-win for both me and you. Also, check out the Discord server. It's the first link in the description. It's a small brotherhood we're trying to grow. I'd appreciate you coming in there. And as always, put one foot in front of the other.